Greetings, the world of the internet. I am the great Matthew Squeak, and welcome to Squirrel Talk Review. Since we are now in the month of October, it's a time devoted to candies and attempting to scare one another. And another tradition is just about everything out there has a Halloween special, and that's what we're gonna look at today. Phineas and Ferb is a creative Disney show filled with a lot of fun and laughs. It centers around two stepbrothers, Phineas and Ferb, and their daily antics of making the best day ever. Very often defying science, physics, and sometimes even logic.
In your face, logic!
It's not a show to be taken that seriously, but it's part of its charm. Now, they've had a few Halloween episodes in the past, and they've stayed with the zany, not too serious nature. But this one is the one that pushes boundaries and actually tries to be scary. This is the Night of the Living Pharmasists! I said push the boundaries, not becoming straight-up horror. What were you expecting? They point out the mood the moment the opening sequence starts. This isn't the normal high-paced buckets of fun an opening normally has. Not even a rendition of it. Not too intense, but hints at what you're in for. The special begins with the traditional monster cam, as we see through the eyes of a mysterious creature stalking the neighborhood right before it utters a most terrifying sound.
What you doing?
Were you expecting something else? Needless to say, the show goes on like any other episode. Today's invention is...
We're building a rubberization ray to give our skin rubber-like qualities.
And Isabella's plate of the day is...
So you see, Phineas, I can only earn the patch by walking up to someone I care about and telling them face to face that I've got a huge crush on you.
So, we move on to another one of three synchronized plots. Perry the Platypus, on his daily mission to thwart whatever evil, yet sometimes hilariously useless innators created by the evil Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Anywho, today is the unveiling of Danville's new water tower. Mayor Doofenshmirtz is going to be dedicating it tonight at his press conference. We're fairly certain that Doof will attempt to disrupt the event in some way. Not only is it high profile, but since it's right next door to Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, it's also extremely convenient.
The key word here is convenient. And now, for a moment with Stacy.
I'm trying to hook up this new super high-def intelligent multi-format home entertainment DVR system. I want to keep the DVD and the VCR, but I don't think there are enough holes. I mean, there's also a pretty serious clicker situation.
Plot number 3. Candace, like all teenagers, wants to be cool. So she decides to invite herself along to Vanessa's movie night. Back to plot number 2. Perry has been captured, as he usually is, by the daily trap set up by Doofenshmirtz, as he unveils his new scheme.
Behold, the Repulsinator! Whoever I hit with this inator will automatically become repulsive. And wouldn't you know it, my brother Roger is dedicating a new Danville water tower right below my ledge. Once he's hit by a beam from this baby, he'll become so abominable, so disgusting, so hideous, so noxious, so grotesque, so ghastly. Anyway, Roger will become so repulsive that his popularity will plunge, and mine will skyrocket by comparison, facilitating moi to take over the entire tri-state area!
Pretty much my opinion of how well I think this scheme will work. We return to plot number 1. The plot's invention turns them into rubber, so they begin a musical montage of defying physics and science by jumping through the city, and we get a number from the Cute Patrol. They don't get enough songs, they're usually used only as backups. It's another signature of Phineas and Ferb is to include songs and musical montages, and they're mostly good and fun, and catchy beyond all reason. We return to plot number 3. Candace is at the movie night at Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, and is having a little difficulty fitting in.
Did you download the new Young Apparatus album?
No way, they're sellouts. I'm only listening to Coffin Shadows now. They're so independent. They pay you to download their songs.
Coffin Shadows? I've never heard of that.
Skirt?
Yeah, I turned it inside out, ripped it in half, and then sewed it back together.
Did I see fitting in? I mean following this conversation. And now, a moment from Stacy.
Over here. Candace, I am so proud of myself. I think I totally hooked this thing up. It's incredible. It has picture in picture in picture. I'll be able to watch a show and then another show inside that show and then the first show again inside that one. And I managed to get it down to one clicker. I'm about to give it a whirl. Okay, maybe there's still a bug or two to fix.
This has been a moment from Stacy. Perry has escaped, and the battle ensues with an epic pillow fight. But a loose pillow causes the machine to fire, hitting its target. Let me guess, he's going to turn into...
Oh, he's gonna be repulsive now! I get it, repulsive, I see. That's just the universe making a joke at my expense.
This gag has been done before, but there's a twist here. You see, if he touches you...
Lots of me! Lots of me! No! Lots of me!
Kind of unnerving, isn't it? The bouncing kid's fun comes to a close when Isabella hears a cry for help.
Isabella Garcia Shapiro, troop 46231. What's the emergency?
Pharmasists! Pharmasists!
What does that even mean?
I have a question about this scene. What the heck is that thing? Like anyone in this situation, they flee. Oh no, Beljeet has fallen! Or not. Someone want to clue us in?
Perhaps our rubberized skin might be acting as an insulator.
Of course! The contagion must be transmitted by electrostatic charge!
When Ferb speaks, all shall listen. Doofenshmirtz is kicking back and enjoying the chaos by watching the local news.
Care to comment?
Lots of me!
And there you have it, folks.
Lots of me!
Thanks, Don. Let's go to the weather.
Lots of me! Let's go to traffic! Lots of me! Back to you, Gordon! Lots of me! Lots! I don't believe it! An entire army of me's! Oh, for once I'll actually be able to take over...
I sent another catchy musical number. Quick, skip it before I get stuck in my head and I'm being forced to hum it for the next week! The boys return to the backyard, but too late. The Pharmasists have trashed the invincibility machine. Why? Wouldn't have a plot. They are pharmacists. You're not supposed to take it that seriously. Maybe they needed the parts to build innators or something. Plot number 3 promises to get dicey.
It's okay. Don't pause it.
Lots of me!
Okay. Something's weird here.
I love how nonchalantly she responds to that. But things quickly escalate as the older kids begin to panic.
Sure. What a bunch of babies.
Candace keeps a cool head as she relies on the same thing that saved them in the movie. The mysterious force!
I just love blackouts. They're kind of exciting in a way.
Yeah, yes, and it's one of the few times you get to meet your neighbours like this fellow here. Hello, pleased to meet you. I'm Lawrence.
Lots of me!
Please, everyone take a note. For the only weakness of the mysterious force are pharmacists. The boys, alone in the dark, suddenly realize that one of the gang is missing. Isabella is missing? And there's been a scene cutting to her. It's not looking good for her. Perry finally escapes just as the pharmacists invade. I'm a little disturbed now, but never fear, for he is Secret Agent Perry the Plata... No! Not Perry! Oh, that's fine.
Nah, I'm just kidding. It's me. But those guys are annoying, aren't they?
Doofenshmirtz realizes Vanessa could be in danger and flees to the rescue. Back to our survivors, they devise a plan to locate Isabella. And now, a moment from Stacy.
Figures. The power goes out right in the middle of the movie. Good thing I got the power generator package option. Okay, let's see. For your safety, please make sure to wear included protective gear when operating the generator. Great! Here we go! Nice! Hooked up a video system and a generator. I am good.
Perry escapes the building and attempts to return to headquarters.
Good luck, Agent P. Good luck.
Lots of me! Lots of me! Lots of me! I used to be Carl.
So much for that idea. Our survivors begin sneaking through the city in post-apocalyptic armor made from rubber. And rubber ducks.
Oh, hey, it's a dog. Here, boy. What the?
like the other animal agents didn't fare so well. With a little unseen help from Perry, they ditched the mutated animals. Tired of his clones, Doofenshmirtz tries to take command, but...
Oh, typical, yeah, turn on your creator. You guys are all cliché, I'm just letting you know.
And now, Phineas and Ferb present How Not to Survive in a Horror Movie.
Okay, guys, we gotta figure out a plan.
We should totally split up. I'm gonna go hide in the bathroom where it's safe.
I know. I'll run off to check out an obscure noise in the kitchen.
I'm going to slowly walk backwards into a dimly lit room.
Really?
And the last tip, when my monster comes, don't stay still. Turns out there's more survivors, as the Cute Patrol managed to disguise themselves to avoid contamination. But Isabella is still missing.
Okay, I'm running out of ideas. I don't know where she could be.
How about right there?
I'm right here! I think I figured out where this started. And if we could get there, we might be able to figure out how it started and reverse it.
Wait, how did you find out where it started?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Roger Doofenshmirtz we know is 6 feet and 2 inches tall. And the
Wait, is this a math song?
there's the triangulation, that's how I figured it out.
Tell me that some teacher, somewhere, in some classroom, will use this in class.
That is a mighty upbeat song for a desperate situation.
That too. The base is compromised, so the survivors head for the source of the contagion, with a little help from Perry the Platypus. But Perry seems to be getting into one pickle after another. Well, he should be fine.
We made it!
Not a pharmacist in sight. Now's as good a time as any to rush in blindly, don't you think? Okay, guys, let's go. Quietly.
I'm creeped out now. How about you? Unfortunately, not all of them made it. Not the Cute Patrol! Not Beljeet! Oh, he was my least favorite character anyway.
That's it! Buford, what are you doing? Look, I just lost my nerd. I'm not gonna lose the rest of my friends, too. But Buford...
Why are you...
Me! Ah! Yippee-ki-yay, you pharmacist freaks! Yippee-ki-yay! You know, he really could have been bait without taking his clothes off.
Yeah.
And a moment of silence for our brave companion's sacrifice. Perry is rescued by none other than Doofenshmirtz. Nothing stops this platypus. Our survivors are cornered. There appears to be no way out.
Candace?
Phineas!
Candace!
Isabella! Ferb!
Do it again.
Candace!
Phineas!
Candace!
Isabella!
Ferb!
Do it again. Candace!
Phineas!
Enough!
Okay, fine. Move on with the story.
No! Don't walk into the kitchen, grievance lady! Oh, gosh! How could she be so oblivious?
And thus concludes another moment from Stacy. All of our heroes convene toward the lab where it all started.
Charge that's changing everybody, but we need some kind of conductor that neutralizes it.
Well, water neutralizes static.
Yes! Water should change everyone back!
Isn't that a bit of a leap?
No, I'm a scientist. I'm gonna go with him on that.
Well, that makes it okay then.
So we need to find a large supply of water, preferably elevated so that gravity can work in our favor. Yeah, I know.
So we have a construction montage. All post-apocalyptic movies have them. But the pharmacists return, forcing Candace, Vanessa, and Doofenshmirtz to hold them off, while Phineas...
1. Ferb shoots the grappling hook, which attaches to the service platform of the water tower. 2. We send the vortex sprayer up the line. 3. We all ride up in the basket lift. 4. Once we reach the tower, I'll climb into the top of the tank...
Talk faster!
...and open the hatch. 5. Isabella will attach the connecting claw to the open hatch, which will move the vortex sprayer into place.
Phineas, we can't hold them much longer!
Whoever makes it to the vortex sprayer first presses that button to activate it. Alright, any questions?
Yeah. Was it worth the time it took to build a scale model?
Totally.
But as the plan goes into motion, we lose Candace, and soon after, Perry the Platypus, and then...
Dad?
No, not Vanessa! Lots of meat? No! That's it! That's it! That's it! I've had it!
What am I looking at?
Again with the clothes.
I know, what's that all about?
The Pharmasists siege the water tower, World War Z style, as we race to our exciting climax. Ferb? Not Ferb! Can't have Phineas and Ferb without the Ferb! Our two final survivors race to the top, but we get one last shocker.
I like you!
I like you too, Isabella.
No, I mean, I like you!
She did it! Unfortunately, Phineas gets grabbed, but Isabella sheds a tear and pushes on like a true hero.
It's up to you to save Danville! It's up to you to stop talking to yourself!
Isabella is grabbed the last second, but not before she hits the switch, bathing Danville in water, canceling the apocalypse and bringing things back to normal. However, it seems our couple has lost their memories.
Everyone seems to be noticeably lab coat free.
At least everyone within the walled city of Danville.
Yeah, too bad about the rest of civilization.
Wait, what?
Horror movies. Scary, but so unbelievable.
And thus concludes our moment with Stacy. This was a fun little adventure. It's hard to make something like a pharmacist scary. Okay, they're still not scary, but it is a little disturbing. If you're even remotely attached to these characters, it's not easy watching them get picked off one by one. But it never escalates to the point where things are too scary. This is for kids after all. And the references and gags shine through clearly. This was definitely not made just for kids, but for people of all ages that enjoy a good laugh with zombie movie that's not taken too seriously. So, if you're looking for a nice family-friendly Halloween treat this season, give this one a look. Till next time, I'm the great Matthew Squeak, and this is Squirrel Talk Review.
Lots of me.